So if you're watching this on Sunday, September 21st, we are having a solar eclipse. And the solar eclipse, I'm learning a lot more about astrology as I'm learning the tarot. It's really, really fun, actually, finally. I'm a Gemini, and that's all I really ever concentrated on. And then I learned, my moon and my rising, which is I'm a double Leo, which makes so much sense, in my personality. And then I went the deep dive and I started learning more and more about, where certain other planets are in my chart and in the houses. And it's really, really fascinating. So we're having a solar eclipse today, if it's the 21st and you're watching this. And apparently the energy from what I've heard around the solar eclipses is, we feel it very strongly before the eclipse, and we feel it after the eclipse, and it has a 3 to 6 month effect on us. And it's in Virgo today, which is about reconstruction, refinement, purification. Virgo rules, our daily life, our health, and all that kind of stuff. So for me, it's in my third house, which everybody's house is different. So you can find out really easily if you're interested about how the solar eclipse would affect you personally. There's so many free sites. All you have to do is ask where, what house is, Virgo in my chart, and it'll ask you your birth date and all this kind of stuff. I think you do need to know your time of birth. For certain things. Like I said, I'm just learning this too. So I don't really know that much, and there's so many wonderful astrologers that you can follow. But I thought it was really interesting because it's talking about purification and simplification and accountability. It's also about accountability and integrity. So we're going to start seeing things on a global scale because it is affecting all of us globally. It's in Virgo. That affects the whole world globally. So look and see where things, people, entities are being held accountable, because that's what this eclipse is revealing to us, right? And it's all about a collective reset, right? Eclipses are about a reset. And it's interesting, as Virgo rules our health, that we may be focusing on our mental health more, our physical health more, our emotional health, right? How is that happening in your own life? And then how is it happening collectively? So kind of watch it from a bird's eye view, right? Like don't get so immersed in all the drama of everything. But if you take a step back and you sort of just look and you focus and you're like, how is this being reflected in the world right now? And I find the accountability and the integrity calling us to look in our own lives. Where have we not been accountable? Where have we not been in integrity, right? That's what the eclipse is revealing to us. But it's also revealing to us, where has this company not been in integrity or being held accountable? Where has the government not been in integrity and being held accountable? What about the news media, right? Social media. So it's really, really interesting if you can look at it from that perspective and just see what the hell is going on, right? Solar eclipses they reveal a lot. From what I've understood, lunar eclipse, which we had 2 weeks ago, eclipse things out of your life, and solar eclipses bring things into your life, like light it up, which makes sense. The moon, darkness, right? The sun, light, right? So what are we seeing, and what do we need to purify in our own life, right? What do you need to purify? So go and look it up, see where the solar eclipse is showing up in your life specifically for you, and see if you can find what that means for you, right? Because it's going to mean for each of us something a little bit different, but collectively we're all going through it. So I'm just curious to see what kind of things, corruption and, misinformation gets revealed during the solar eclipse in these next few months. We'll see. All right, everybody. Have a good one. See you next time.